Hey readers, so apparently it's time for mid-year book freakout. Very old booktube tag, and so we will participate on this. And yeah, let's go. So let's do this. Best book you've read so far in 2025. I just read this book actually. It's Project Hail Mary. Even the smell of this book, I'm just in love with this book. So I told you guys I was going to read this, and I have. And this was my best read of the year. This is so different from anything I've ever read, and it was amazing. I'm a big fan of Andy Weir now. It's a sci-fi, unlike any sci-fi I've read. So I've read plenty of Star Wars books and Ready Player #1. I love Ready Player #1. And I actually found the narrative very similar to it because it's voiced in a first-person point of view, and they are both very funny. And we are in this character's head trying to figure out everything that is going on with them and trying to solve problems like in present time. So it was very similar with Ready Player #1 on that aspect. But it's so different because I don't know what I was expecting with this book, actually. Maybe something like The Martian, where he has to survive, or Gravity, that movie with Sandra Bullock. But this is so good. It was so good. I really liked this book. I'll probably make a separate video just to talk about this book. But yeah, it was a 5-star read for me. I have to admit, it was just so delightful. And yeah, it was my best read of the year so far, and now I want to read more. Best sequel you've read so far in 2025? I'll have to say Dune Messiah and also Sunrise on the Reaping. They are the only sequels I think I've read this year. So yeah, and they were pretty good. Dune Messiah, I've done a whole video about it if you want to check that out. And Sunrise on the Reaping, I also done a video about it, and it was so good. And I know it's not technically a sequel, it's a prequel, but I really liked both of them. And yeah, this is my coffee machine if you're hearing it. It's cleaning itself. New release you haven't read yet, but want to? So I have to be honest with you, I don't have many new releases on my TBR lists because I usually just like to read what I like to read, what I want to read, and what interests me. Not really related to if it's a release or not. But I guess I'll have to say Atmosphere. I've never read Taylor Jenkins Reid. I know I tried to read Daisy Jones and I wasn't really into it. I guess I quit after like 15 pages maybe. But overall, Atmosphere really captured my attention. It's about a woman and she becomes an astronaut. So I'm pretty into space stories, and so I'm really curious to see what her as an author of romances and drama is going to bring. I know it's not sci-fi, but I just thought it was very interesting. And I just watched this movie on Netflix, and the title will be here because I don't know the translated title, but it's a Korean animated anime, I guess. And it's about a woman who also, she wants to go to Mars, but she falls in love with this guy. And yeah, it's a romance and space kind of movie. Not exactly like sci-fi. I think it's more romance, but it has plenty of sci-fi aspects to it. And so yeah, I'm really into that zone right now. Most anticipated release for the second half of 2025. Like I said, not really into new releases, at least not now. The new releases that I was most interested in this year was Sunrise on the Reaping and Wings of Starlight. And I already read those. But maybe Mate. I think it's a sequel to Bride. It's an Ellie Hazelwood romance werewolf book. It's just the only one that it's on my TBR list that it's coming out on the second half. It's coming out on October. And I'll definitely be reading that because I really enjoyed Bride. I actually just recommended it to my friend because she's getting into the monster romance genre. I also read a monster romance recently, but I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah, are werewolves technically monster romance, because I feel like monster romance are more like orcs and alien spiders and minotaurs and centaurs. But yeah, mate. Biggest disappointment of 2025. So I'll have to say Uprooted. I'll have to say Uprooted, guys, because my last video was about Uprooted, and I get really pissed off in that video with the book. I just get so mad at that book, and I don't regret it. It was such a disappointment to me. Oh my god, and I just skimmed it at the end, and I hated the romance, hated the story. I had so much potential, truly. It could be like a Tangled story, but Sarkhan is just horrible. Everyone is horrible in that book. And so, yeah, that's just... I also have two honorable mentions of books that I think I gave 2 stars to them, but it's Book Lovers. I have it right here. And oh yeah, I bought it. I bought People We Meet on Vacation because I want to see Tom Blythe, okay, in the movie, but I want to read the book first. But look at this. This is so shitty. Look at the printing. I hate when books arrive like that. This is actually criminal. Get in there. Let's just leave it there. Book Lovers. Yeah, so I read Funny Story and I really enjoyed it. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Emily Henry, but I read many books of hers, and I will be reading more. I won't be reading Big, Great, Beautiful Life Adventures, Amazing, Incredible Life Story of whatever, because I just... doesn't ring with me. And then I read Book Lovers right after Funny Story, and Funny Story for me is her best book until now. I read Beach Read. I've also read Funny Story, Book Lovers. Is there another one that I read? No, I guess that's it. Yeah, so Funny Story is the best book. Let's see if People We Meet on Vacation is going to be better. But I just found Book Lovers to be... I just actually didn't like the main character, and the guy also was just blah. And yeah, her sister was kind of a bitch in the book. So yeah, Book Lovers was a big disappointment. And my next honorable mention for disappointment, I have many disappointments and very few favorite books, just because I'm picky, I guess. But Northanger Abbey. But I don't judge Jane, my girl Jane Austen, because as far as I know, this book wasn't supposed to be published. And so yeah. Biggest surprise. I'm not going to say Project Hail Mary again. I will mention Kenobi. Look at this gorgeous cover. Like, so I've been on a little Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi journey. I said that I read plenty Star Wars books, but most of them were focused on Obi-Wan Kenobi. I read Padawan, then I read Master and Apprentice, the 3 prequel novelization, Brotherhood. I also have it here. And I actually have the English version. So at last I have a cover with the actual title. But I just want to tell you guys everything, but I actually got the cover plastified because I just didn't like it that it was so... So I got it plastified, and I also got a cloth to protect it. And now it just seems like I'm reading porn and I don't want people to see, but I don't have those books here, okay? It was just to protect, and I actually passed the measures to the artisan just for this book. But then I realized this is just dumb. It's just because I don't want his face to vanish. It's already kind of, yeah. So I didn't want the sun to ruin the cover. But let's get back to Kenobi. And then I finally got to Kenobi because I was trying to read the books in chronological order. And I know it's a Legends book. I know that. Do I care? No. Because here's the catch. I know the Kenobi show was generally awful. Most people didn't enjoy it. And I have things that I like in it. I have things that I don't like in it. I was just glad that we got a Kenobi show. Like, come on. What if John wrote the TV show? And that's what we find in this book. if this book was adapted to the show, man, it would have been great. It would have been a Western kind of suspense. Also has family drama and mystery, and there's a secret villain. The villain is not really the villain, and it was amazing. It had a focus on character development that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting more action, because look at the cover, but I will definitely reread this. But I just read it, so I won't right now. But John, he's a master author, and Ling, best character. I'm going to mention her soon, but this is just a crazy ride, and I really liked it, and I got it. I thrifted actually, and it was worth every cent. New favorite author. I'm gonna have to say Andy. Where? Andy. I'm gonna have to say Andy. After reading Project Hail Mary, I was curious to read The Martian and Artemis, and I will do that because this 5-star book, what can I do? And I also hope to read more of John Jackson Miller. I know he has plenty of Star Wars novels. Maybe The Living Force, I think is the name. The other ones I wasn't very interested in, but we'll see, because he's just great. This discussion is funny. So, newest fictional crush. Truthfully, being 100% transparent with you guys, not many. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm not getting like crushes on characters much. So I could say Raven from the Shepherd King series. I'm reading To the Crowns at last. I could say Sarkhan from Uprooted, but of course I won't, because he's the worst. I could say the guy from Book Lovers. I don't even remember his name. So I'm gonna have to say Milori. God. He's a true gentleman, okay? This book wasn't perfect, but Milori, oh, here he is. Milori, he already was my fictional crush. Come on. If you see Secret of the Wings, how can you not fall in love with him? But you can fall in love with him more in this book. Newest favorite character, Paul Atreides from Dune Messiah. He wasn't my favorite character before, but after Dune Messiah, he's the best. He has the best story, the best ending, everything. Paul Atreides, the man. Okay? I also loved ana-Tomy from Kenobi. Like I said, she is like this mom. She has this sort of market slash place where it's called Oasis something. But it's a place where people come to buy things, and I think gasoline as well. But it's like a place where everyone goes in that Tatooine part of the planet. And it's in the middle of nowhere. But she's a great mom. And she also falls in love with Kenobi. Relatable as hell. But she's also very fierce and capable. And I thought John did an amazing work with her. I also have to mention Maisie Lee Donner from Sunrise on the Reaping. We just heard that McKenna Grace got casted to be her. So looking forward. Hopefully she will do Maisie Lee justice. She's just that girl, you know? She's a mean girl, but she's also iconic. She hates the Capitol. Do I even need to elaborate? Book that made you cry. I definitely teared up in Project Hail Mary after he finds out that he actually didn't volunteer to be on Hail Mary. That was tough. Oh, and also after he said goodbye to his only friend, Rocky. I also I don't cry. It's not very me like to cry with books, at least not anymore. But I got very emotional with Sunrise on the Reaping and the Janet McCurdy book. I'm glad my mom... Tough read, that one. That was a tough read, okay. A book that made you happy. Wings of Starlight, Sunrise on the Reaping, new releases that made me really happy. Kenobi made me really happy. Favorite booktube movie adaptation you've seen so far this year? I just saw How to Train Your Dragon, and I know it's an adaptation of the animated movie, and the animated movie is based on the book that I read. I actually read this when I was a kid, but I really like that. I don't care. It's the same as the animated movie, yes, but it was also very masterfully done. Like, what can I say? It was very nice to see that on cinema. And so, I'm so excited for the second one because the second one is my favorite. So I hope they cast Kate Blanchett as Valka. Oh man, that would be something. Also, I went to see Mickey 17, and I haven't read Mickey 7, that is the book. But it was an amazing movie with a great message. And it made me sad that most people thought it wasn't, but it was just so original. I miss original stories being told, and it was very original and weird, and I love Robert Pattinson, and so great movie as well. Most beautiful book you bought this year? Either Dune Messiah, beautiful cover, but also The Hurricane War by Tia Guanzon. Yeah, so remember I told you guys I was going to buy it, and I finally did. So this is just a beautiful cover. Come on. It's based on a Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren. On Reylo. Rey with Kylo Ren. It looks like him, looks like her. We'll see. And that actually, I'm not really, I wanted to read this book, but I'm not that excited because I'm reading Two Twisted Crowns and I'm not liking it. And so maybe fantasy is not really the thing for me at this present moment. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this book. What books do you really want to read by the end of this year? If you want the answer to that, check out this video of mine where I tell you everything on my TBR list, and like very disorganized list at the present moment, but I cover most of it in that video. So yeah, thank you so much if you watched this video until now. I hope to bring you guys a video where I go into detail about Project Hail Mary, maybe a shorts or something. What do you think? And yeah, so thank you so much. Hope you liked it. If you want to see more of my videos, please do. Please be my friend. Let's talk about books. Thank you.